Hi, my name is Terry Lee, and this is video 3 in our Memory Keepers video series. In this video, we're going to make folder B. In the first video was an overview. In the second one, we made folder A, and we put some of our papers in that we need to put in ahead of time. So we made that. And so this time we're going to make folder B, which is basically a book, what do you call it? Book cover, kind of. And so we're going to need one manila folder with the tab on the right, and then we're going to need two of these white envelopes that I picked out. These are just little invitation envelopes, so these are 4 3/8 by 5 5/8. And then I chose two red ones because that matches my color scheme. And these are like Christmas card envelopes, and they're 5 inches by 7.5. So they're both just standard sized envelopes. Okay, so to make this, we are going to take our folder, and just like in the first video, I'm going to have to put you on pause for just a second. Okay, back to business. All right, so to make this folder, we're just going to do like we did with folder A. We're going to fold it in half. Let's see. Sometimes doing it one way is easier than the other because it causes the edges to come out more even if you do it a certain way. I left my curtain open in the living room so the neighbors could see my little Charlie Brown Christmas tree. And now the dog has seen something out the window and is barking. Of course. I'm gonna give it a good crease. Now in this one we need to make a gusset, so or a spine. So we're going to take from the center, see, there we go, I can hold an angle. So from this center fold that we just made, we're going to go 3/8 of an inch over to the right, and then we're going to make a score line, and then we're going to fold everything. So we're going to get out our scoreboard. Now with a manila folder, it's easier, for me anyway, to do it with the folder open. So hopefully I won't hit the mic this time. I'm going to hold the folder open. And, you know, since we're going to ink this anyway, let me do this real quick so I can see where it is. It's a little trick that you can do too. I give you my permission. Makes it a little easier to see where the crease is. Once again, I'm using Salty Ocean. It's the color. All right, now I can see. Okay. So, lining this up, I had to go over just a little bit to get that crease lined up with one of these lines, one of these grooves. And we're going to go 3/8, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to make a score line. And I go down as, I have a 12 by 12 board, so I go down as far as I can. Then I go back up. And you know, it may not be a bad idea to go ahead and score that center line as well. Of course, it doesn't actually look straight. Now remember, when you flip it around, you're going to go 3 to the other way. Or you can just put this on here and continue it up. Okay, now that we have that scored, and I have my alarm turned off, we're going to fold it. Okay. So we've got 3/8, so maybe this way might be better. And that will make our spine. Let's see if I can do this. It isn't necessarily the easiest to do. That's my crazy dog. Okay, so now we've got our book spine. So now we can open it up and we can go ahead and ink everything. Okay, and through the magic of video, ta-da! Mine's all inked. How about yours? Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we are going to reinforce the gusset in here with tape. And the reason we're going to do that is because we're going to be putting in a signature, and I just want to make sure that everything is reinforced. Now, remember that your folder's going to be up here, and you're going to be able to see part of it. So you're going to want to just do this part right here. We're just doing it as a backup. It doesn't have to be beautiful. I use cloth medical tape. Some people use Tyvek and other things. For this particular project, none of that heavy of a reinforcement is needed. The main part is right in here. Okay, so that's all we're going to do there. Now, as you can see this part of the folder. So what we want to do is, just like in folder A, we're going to want to cover the parts that we can see before we glue anything down. All right, so we did it here and we did it here. So now we're going to have to do it here, but this one's going to be a little bit different because ours is just straight across on this one side. However, we don't really have any paper that's that long because of the size of the paper that we print out on here in the US. And so we're going to skip the gusset anyway. So for this side, we're going to use the 2.5 again. All right, and we're going to put it here, and then we're going to flip it over and trace it. Actually, I like to put it up a little bit above so that you can get the rounded of the whole thing. And then make sure to hold your fingers here so that your pencil doesn't slide up underneath the folder. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but my neighbor has a monster truck, and I mean that literally. It's got a lift kit on it and everything. I didn't even think people did that nowadays anymore, but apparently they do. So we're going to cut this out. In fact, I'm just going to do that. I just don't want mine to be just the ink. Now you'll know if you know me that a lot of times I do just leave it ink and then the manila folder. But this particular time I don't want to leave it that way. So we'll see how well I can do. If I don't do that great a job, then I'll do another one off camera and glue it on. Watching me cut paper is like watching paint dry. My scissors are not, they're acting up. Okay, let's see how well I did. Doesn't look too bad. Well, oh, once again, I forgot that I was going to put it down a little bit further. So I'm a little wide. Just on this one end. And I'm terrible about, even just with that little bit of cutting a straight line. I'm just going to shave a little bit off the end, and of course that moved. That is too small of a scrap for even me to save. Okay, let's try it now and see what we got here. Yep, I think I like that. That looks fine. I'm assuming you had fun inking up your folder. I actually had to go back and make mine wider. You know, I was telling you that I buy these manila folders 100 at a time. If you think about it, I have to make my demo to see if it's going to work. Then I make the one like this one that has the, oops, I forgot to roll my sleeve up again. Like you see here, that's already inked. And then a lot of times I'll have one that's all done so that for the photos and stuff. So a lot of times I'll end up with 2 or 3 complete copies of the same one. I should raffle them off in the group. Except for I can't afford to ship them to everyone. Okay, so there's that one done. Now we just need to do the other side. We can use the 2-inch for that. And this one, if you remember on the other folder, we didn't worry about that little teeny notch. I just made it square. And so I'm going to do the same on this one. I'm like, you know, with a dog when he says squirrel, I'm like scrap. So I'm just going to put it even with this one, straight across to the end, and then I'm going to make a mark. Oops, that's a little too close to the gusset. Let's see if I can see that mark once I take my eyes off of it. Okay, I believe it's right there. Nope. Man, I'm really having a hard time today with my throat. You have to excuse me. Okay, so let me try that one more time. I made a great big mark this time. Okay. Now remember, this is going to be flipped up. So you're not going to really see that much of it, but I just didn't want there to be nothing. Plus you're going to see what, you know, when you look in the pocket as well. Oh, I should have, I'll show you in just a second. I should have had you do this part first. There goes my sleeve again. My hand warmers are getting a little fuzzed up. I'm going to have to defuzz them. I have about 10 pair of them because I wear them every day, all day. Even so, I still have to wash them a lot. So they get all pilled up, I guess is the term. Okay. We're almost done with this one. Now we're going to glue it. So you just see that little bit. And then when you go to put stuff in and out of the folder, that's why I went ahead and went down a little bit. Then you'll be able to see in there too. So now to glue this one, we're going to do similar to the way we did this one, which is glue around up either side. Only in this particular case, we're going to glue the gusset. And you know what? I didn't ink either one of those papers. I don't think I'm going to be able to get them off. Look at that. Huh? I knew I could get this one off. Alright. So I'm going to put you on pause. Sorry about that. I think the folder hit the mic again. I'm going to put you on pause and I'm going to ink these up and then re-glue them back down. Okay, now we're back. Take what, 4? What I wanted to tell you is we should have labeled with the tab on the inside B1, B2, B3, and then back here is B4. Okay, and then the part where we're going to hook together with the back of A, remember, we're going to make our marks and write down tie, because we're going to need a tie on this side, I'm pretty sure, and then write no glue here so we know not to glue across the top when we glue the two folders together, so that we can make a great big giant pocket in the middle on the way down. And now we're going to add, we're going to glue. I'm off track now. I'm all off kilter. Okay, now right up there, we're going to want to glue the gusset fairly well. Decided to go ahead and roll up my sleeves so they don't drag in the glue this time. Okay, then we're going to glue down the sides. This one's going to close fairly high up. I'm going to glue down this side. Get my spider web there. That's what I call those little Fabrifix, when you get those little bitty hair like strings. Okay, then we're just going to close it. And now we've made two big pockets. I went up a little too high on the glue on that side. So we've now made two big pockets. We've reinforced the middle. We've made our gusset and we've reinforced the middle. And so now we have folder B. Now, I'm trying to decide, this is how our envelopes are going to go. I'm going to we're going to attach them like we do an envelope stack. Since we're gluing these two together, you won't see this part. Yes, I realize it's covering up the part where I said to write down where the ties go. And so I'm going to put one red one on either side. And you can see on a manila folder, there are those little lines in case you need to make a gusset in the folder itself when you're using it, because you have a lot of paper in there. So we're going to go up just to the first line, and you'll be able to see it when you're looking at your manila folder. And that's where we're going to put the red one. And then we're going to move the white ones up and put them in like this. Now, I'm trying to decide whether I want to put these on after I put these papers on or before. And I think what I'm going to do is just show you where they're going to go right now while I think about it. And then in the next video, we will either attach them then, or we will wait until the decorating phase. Okay? So that's going to be it for this video. And so now the way this is going to work is this will open, and then this will open, this will open, and then this will open, and then there'll be pages here in the middle for journaling. Okay, so that's it for video 3, and I will see you the next time in video 4, which would be just a second for you and a day for me. Okay, bye-bye.